Hello.
What is going on, guys? What is going on? Good morning.
Good morning. We are finally live on YouTube. We have not done this before, but we are so close to 1,000 subscribers. We wanted to come on and just speak with you guys, share some of the questions we've been getting, some all over, Facebook and email and YouTube,
text messages. So we wanted to take some time out this morning just to give back, do something different. We're so close to 1,000 subscribers. We felt it was only right just to take some time and answer a ton of the questions that we've been getting. We've been extremely busy building upon our business. We're making major changes within our mobile home business, but it's all about you guys. This is why we do what we do. We love giving back. So we wanted to just take some time to dig into some of the questions that we've been getting. And this is our first time using it live. We are not tech experts whatsoever. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. As always, be sure to subscribe, like, hit the bell button to be notified of videos we post every week, but we're doing something different today.
Yes,
we got a ton of questions here. I want to get into it, but I want to give everybody a chance to get in. How are you loving it, liking this live?
I am loving it so far. If you guys can see us, if you guys can hear us, please comment something below. Say hello. Let us know where you're from. We just want to see who we have here on YouTube that is watching us. We want to be able to answer your questions too. So if you have any questions related to mobile home investing, about us, about anything, we're here. We're going to be here to answer your questions on this live. So be sure to comment below and let us know what's on your mind.
And we missed your question. Trust me, you will get a response back. Answering all questions within the first 24 hours after this live is posted. You guys will be good to go. So without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and just rapid fire some of the questions that we have here. So the first one is, what is a mobile home deal? Why do we stress so much about wholesaling and go with that option more than others? What is a mobile home deal, wholesale deal?
Yeah, so a lot of people do not know that you can wholesale mobile homes. And this is something that we do. We teach our students how to do, because what we love about it is you don't have to spend any money. You don't have to do repairs. You don't have to sign any agreements to pay lot rent. You basically just connecting somebody that needs to sell their mobile home with someone that needs to buy a mobile home, and you collect a fee in between. So super fast, some of our fastest deals, right, Jay?
Yeah, for sure. Well, we love this strategy. It's a great strategy to have when you're just starting out. If you don't have a lot of capital, or you're just like kind of timid when it comes to mobile home investing, you're just not quite convinced just yet. This is the go-to strategy, because there's a lot of people that need your help, whether it's the seller or whether it's the buyer.
Yeah, for sure. So we love wholesaling mobile homes. A lot of people, they've never heard of that. They didn't know that that can be done. It can definitely be done. And like I said, we train our students. Actually, a couple of our students are working on their wholesale deals right now, because you don't have to know about construction or repairing homes or any of that. It's really just learning how to provide value to people when they need you, and kind of connecting the deals together. So check that out. Make sure you guys are doing your research on wholesaling mobile homes. This is a great strategy for you guys. Yeah. Do not sleep on it.
Yeah, for sure. And they want to know, when it comes to just buyers in general, especially wholesaling, who are these buyers? What are their needs? What are they going through? Why do they love these mobile homes so much?
Yeah, so whenever you're wholesaling a mobile home, we typically find 3 different buyers. So there's buyer number 1 that may want to actually live in the home. They actually, the home may stay in place in that situation, and they have to, they want to live in the mobile home community. Yeah. So they're just looking to get a good price, because you're wholesaling it. You're going to give them a great price. It may need repairs. So they're just looking for a great deal on a place to live.
Yeah, as long as the home doesn't need any major repairs. We preach this. If you guys have seen some of our videos, that's what we preach the most. Like if the mobile home is staying in place, they just care about the major repairs being made. In our market, we've seen that they don't mind about making any type of minor cosmetic repairs. They'll do that in a heartbeat, as long as they're getting the home for a great price.
Yeah, so the second buyer that we see with wholesaling mobile homes is people actually need a home that can be moved. So these may be people that own land that are looking for a mobile home for their land, or park owners that need to fill up their vacancies. So they're really hungry for mobile homes. They need these homes. And so that's a huge market of buyers that's underserved. People just don't, like, there's just not a ton of mobile homes that can be moved on the market, at least in our market. And it's competitive, right, Jay?
Yeah, it's very competitive. But what I want to say is, before you start moving homes, make sure that you understand what the laws and requirements are in your state, especially if that mobile home is in a park and not on private land. You just want to make sure that you know what needs to be done after the mobile home is moved. Here in our market, there's a lot of parks that require the buyer or the dealer to make sure that that lot is clean, and sometimes it means even filling in a hole if a mobile home was ground set. So just make sure before you start moving the home, just make sure you protect yourself, do your due diligence, and understand the laws. We're moving through. I want to get to
the last one I'll just give you guys is just other mobile home investors, fix and flippers that need properties. They want to fix and flip them. That's traditionally what most wholesalers do. They look for other investors. But in mobile homes, we have 3 different classes of buyers that we wholesale to.
Yeah, working with investors is great. You can make some quick cash. We even have done deals where we'll talk with the investor and partner with them, even on a cash flow deal. We've got a number of homes where we're making $100 a month, $200 a month for 2 or 3 years, just because we simply didn't want to do all the work, and they did, and we're still making great money. So the next question that came through is mobile home investing. I'm not necessarily convinced. What are the benefits as a newbie investor?
Yeah, so we have a lot of YouTube videos on this already, so definitely check out our channel. What we love about mobile home investing is the speed. We are literally just transferring titles at the MVD. There's no big escrow company, title companies, at least in most states. And it's really fast. When you sell a used car, it's literally minutes at an MVD. That's how we're selling homes. So the speed of it is absolutely, I don't know any other form of real estate that's that fast.
Yeah, I'm going to close on. You see, I got my shirt on. We're about to get back. We got a couple of deals. We're about to go close this morning. I'm excited about that. It's really fast. Also, with a lot of these deals, you don't necessarily need any money. A lot of these deals, you're not making any type of repairs. You're not paying any type of lot rent. When you're talking about wholesaling, there are other strategies where you will need some cash when you're talking about making rehabs, fixing, flipping, leaving the home in place, but you don't have to have these things. And we love it because it's less risk than typical real estate deals. If you watch our story, you know that when we started in real estate, just like a lot of people, we had some bumps and bruises. We lost close to about $90,000 in our first year. So we were really cash strapped, and mobile homes was here to save the day. You don't need, if you don't have a lot of money, well, that means you have a bunch of time. Take that time to go find more sellers and connect them with more buyers. This is the market that is helpful for you as a newbie investor. Take these strategies and implement them in the real estate field if you deem necessary.
Yeah, definitely. And this is a great place to get started. Like Jay said, it doesn't cost a ton of money to buy your first home. Most of the fix and flips we've done, we've spent under $5,000 to purchase the property. So you're not out, like with our traditional single family fix and flips, instantly we were out of $40,000 just to purchase the home, not including all the rehab and all of that. So it's just a great place to learn, get started, and make some great money. So we absolutely love it.
We got a question. The strategies that we teach in our course, do these also work for mobile homes on land? I would say the biggest one that we've seen that works is definitely the wholesaling strategy. Go ahead.
Yeah, and you can do fix and flips too. It's just once the mobile home is actually affixed to the land, now you're talking about real estate. Now there's different requirements. You're going to have to find different financing companies. You're going to have to do a few different things than
qualify
you would.
The home will have to be inspected. Homes will have to be appraised. Unless your buyer is coming with all cash to cash out, typically it's going to be treated just like any type of regular single family home deal. So a lot of the strategies that we teach, they can be transferred into the real estate side with mobile homes on land, but just know that there's a lot more red tape you have to go through. And I hope you guys can see our eyes. I'll see you're standing this way. I'm staring.
I know.
At
like,
the
where
camera.
we at? Where
I think I'm gonna go ahead and look into the camera, and then we'll see afterwards.
Yeah, please comment, guys. Please let us know that you're there. Please let us know that you're watching. If you have questions, especially about wholesaling mobile homes, that's one of the biggest things we get questions about. Please comment below. We want to hear what you guys have to say. We want to help you. And again, we go through all of this stuff in Trailer Cash Academy, in our course, in our programs, in our mentorship. So please, please, please check us out.
Can you wholesale mobile homes without a license? This one, we got this, and do I need a real estate license? I kind of put those two together because we got those a lot. I'll take the second half. As far as a real estate license, you definitely don't need. Here in Arizona, within the past, I want to say year, realtors have actually been able to flip mobile homes as well. Up until we made this change in our state, realtors would have to go and get a dealer or broker license, but you don't need that. You definitely don't need a realtor's license whatsoever, because we're dealing with personal property, and usually the real estate license laws have to do with real estate. Their licenses are hung under a real estate brokerage. With personal property, it's just two completely different things. So a real estate license isn't necessary when you're talking about mobile homes and parks.
Yeah, but what we do recommend that you get is a mobile home dealer's license, which is at least in our state, a heck of a lot easier to get. Takes a couple weeks. You don't have to go through all these classes and curriculum. It's just one like open book test. This will at least keep you safe. You know, when you're flipping mobile homes, yeah, there's ways you can do it without putting your name on the title or without, you know, going through property trust and all of that. But we just recommend becoming a dealer. It just gives you a little bit more credibility in the field.
For sure.
With park owners, managers, all that. So definitely check out the mobile home dealer's license.
Yeah, it makes you more credible. It lets you have more authority within your business. Park managers respect you more, and you'll do a heck of a lot more deals just by simply having that license. We got a question: what made you decide to get into mobile home investing? Us simply was, you know, we were cash strapped. We didn't have a bunch of resources in our mind at the time. We didn't think we had what was needed to continue to do real estate deals until, you know, we learned from one of our mentors about mobile home investing, and we talked about this earlier. You know, less risk, less money, less time, less resources needed. We saw it as an option to, one, pay off our debt, and two, be able to create passive income faster than going to buy a typical traditional, like just a single family home, taking out a loan on that home, on that one home, putting a down payment on there and waiting to get our investment back. It just didn't make sense for what we needed to free ourselves from our job. You want to add on to that?
Yeah, and we just saw that this is such a secret niche. Like, people don't, when you talk about mobile homes, they're going to look at you crazy. They may laugh in your face. They might say there's no value, there's no money in mobile homes.
We do not care about the laughter either.
Oh, well, well, we'll keep going over here. We're going to go over there. So there was a ton less competition. There's a lot less noise in this industry. So we were really able to come in, make an impact, help a lot of people. Just because where everybody's turning away, we ran to it. So we just saw that as a golden opportunity. And
not just us. Some of our students are doing the same thing. We have a interview we're going to be doing with Jasmine. Her and her brother got their first deal done in 30 days. We got a rock star student out in SoCal that's doing some amazing things. We're actually going to be heading out there in the next few days to link up with them and try to understand that market. They've already done 4 or 5 deals in their first 30 days.
Y'all.
I think they made about $41,000. No experience before this, just literally following everything that what we're talking about.
$40,000 in under 30 days with no experience in real estate, and they didn't use any money. It was like, it's just beautiful. We love seeing that people are open to this opportunity. They're taking advantage. They're taking action, and they're making the changes. They're changing their life. So it's really cool.
What's the biggest con about mobile home investing? I guess I'll take this one away. The biggest con is if you don't have tough skin, park managers, I would say, is the biggest con. Honestly, because some of them are just, you know, they just have bad days. They have attitudes, and they feel like they're not just the park manager. They feel like sometimes they're the park owner. So just dealing with them, sometimes you got to, you know, kiss ass sometimes, excuse my French, but that's how it goes. That didn't come easy for us, but sometimes I would say that's the biggest con. The park managers just with their attitude sometimes slowing up the process, slowing up qualifying your buyer, and just getting over them that obstacle they sometimes present as the park manager.
Yeah, and some park managers get it. They know that what you're trying to do. They see the value that you're bringing to the park. Yeah. They see that because you're doing the work, they don't have to do the work. And so they help you. They push things along quickly. They're very open to, helping you get this done. Yeah. And others, they just don't get it. So you have to have some tough skin in the game. Park managers are definitely, they can be good and they can be bad, but that's definitely one of the biggest challenges.
And we got about 8 minutes before, I had to get to this appointment. So I want to squeeze as many more as possible in. I got one. Finding other mobile home investors is tough. How can I network with other investors? Yeah, it is tough just because a lot of people don't know about this niche. We always recommend first finding any type of local real estate seminars or meetings in your area and try to find them there, network as much as possible. We also have the fastest growing online community of mobile home investors on Facebook called Trailer Cash Academy. You definitely want to do that. How else can they find other mobile home investors in their area?
It's honestly networking. There's a ton of Facebook groups on Facebook. Obviously, if you're looking specifically for mobile homes, Trailer Cash Academy is where you want to be. But like Jay said, meetups, online, Bigger Pockets has a huge community of other investors that you can start working with, because they'll even shovel you deals. Again, a lot of these investors and wholesalers and real estate investors don't want to touch mobile homes. So if you just explain to them what you're doing, they're willing to give you the leads for very cheap, or even to split in profits, give them a little referral bonus. There's just a ton of value you can bring to them and they can bring to you. So you want to continue to network.
When driving parks, what are some red flags I should be looking for if I'm going out for the first time? You want to look at the cleanliness of the park. Are those roads paved? What type of homes are in the community? Are there a bunch of older homes? Are there any type of newer homes? What is the ratio? Are there a bunch of vacant lots in that community? Does this appear to be some type of a community that families want to live in? Also looking at the location, what are some things that we like to have near the mobile home parks that we invest in?
Grocery stores, schools, gas stations, highways, like all of the things that people obviously use in their day-to-day life. You want to make sure it's in a good location. That's huge for a lot of people because they have lives to live, right? And you want the park to be clean, have a lot of amenities.
Amenities are huge. Think about it. A lot of the buyers that we work with, especially in family communities, even in 55 plus, it's not just about the home. It's about, what does this park have to offer me? How can I enjoy some of the things that the park has to offer, including the pool, playground, spas. Some of these parks have pool halls, recreation centers,
clubhouses,
playgrounds, all that stuff. You want to look at. If it doesn't have a ton of amenities, that's another red flag. So we're just giving you a few of these things. We go over this all in our course as well.
So if you guys are getting value from this, if you're enjoying this, please give us a thumbs up. Comment below. Let us know this has been helpful for you. We want to give you guys a lot of information. I think we got another question coming in now.
When dealing with the mobile home parks as the investor, is your credit a factor? That was actually going to be one of our next questions. Thank you, Shalonda. I hope I'm pronouncing Shalinda. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. But we say this is. I would say this is one of the most difficult questions because it all depends on the park. What we like to do is use storage agreements. Storage agreements are not lease agreements. Storage agreements basically state, hey, me as the investor, my credit isn't a factor, but I am responsible to pay the lot rent each and every month until the home is sold and to a buyer that qualifies to stay in the community. They're not necessarily pulling our credit, but I will say this is easier to use when you have your dealer's license because you're not operating as a individual, you're operating as a business. But if they don't have that license, what advice can you provide?
Yeah, so it really depends on the exit strategy that you use as well. So if you're going to fix and flip a property and you're going to keep it in place, or you're going to actually own it while you're fixing it and everything, then you have to work with the park to be able to show them that you're going to pay the lot rent. Sometimes it's really hard to get them to give you a storage agreement, and you may have to actually apply to live in the community, even though you don't live there and you don't have any intention of living there. But there's other strategies such as wholesaling, like we talked about, where you're never an owner of the property, you're not making any
credit
repairs.
Doesn't play a factor. It all depends on which exit strategy you use. So we teach 5 exit strategies. A couple of them you actually do not need any credit. You don't need your license whatsoever. It's all about helping individuals. A couple of them you do. So that's why I say it's kind of tricky. It all depends. I'm glad you said that on the exit strategy you pick. We would always say start off with wholesaling if you don't have any type of license or you're afraid that credit is a factor. You can always wholesale those homes. Don't let that hold you up. I want to get into a couple more. I got about 4 minutes.
Right, give me 2. We got 2 minutes. Let's do one more question.
Can I flip a mobile home if it doesn't have a title?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. And the answer to that is we don't recommend it. You need to get the title. You want to make sure you verify who's the owner on the title. Now,
you can still do that. You can still find the mobile home title. Don't let that stop you from getting that deal.
Right. So you can still get a duplicate title. So even if they don't have a physical title, you can work with the state, you can work with the MVD, and they can print you out a new one as long as the person that's registered on the title is there and available to actually prove.
In our state here in Arizona, we're an electronic state, so all our seller has to do is go up to the MVD, present to them their license, as long as there's no back taxes on the home. As long as we show up with that tax clearance letter, they can print off duplicate copies. So speak with your MVD. Google if you have to in your area. It's easier than you think. If they don't have the physical titles, don't let that stop you from getting a deal. I would say 2 to 3 deals out of every 10 that we buy, the seller doesn't have the title with them, and we still get the deal done.
Yeah, you just have to check with your state.
Where do I find mobile home contracts? How can I get those?
So obviously an attorney, right? Like that is the best way to go. But
that's also really tough.
Yeah, finding a mobile home specific attorney is tough to find if you don't have a lot of connections.
And don't think every real estate attorney knows what they're doing when it comes to mobile home investing. It's 2 totally different things. So I would say you have a couple options. I didn't mean to cut you off though. I should have cut you off. I should have took that one away.
Right? You ask me and then take it back.
Sorry about that.
No worries. So we do provide sample contracts in our course, in our mentorship that will help guide you along the way. Of course, these are samples. So you want to make sure you get them reviewed by an attorney, make sure you're doing the right thing.
We use them. They've been written by our attorney. He's been a mobile home attorney for a number of years, over 10 years here in the state of Arizona. But we always say that they're samples because they're written in accordance to our state laws and regulations as an investor here in Arizona. But they are good to go. Our students are using them, closing deals, so they are good to go. One more. Let's get one more in. Let's see. Exit strategies. That was the last one. What are the exit strategies when it comes to mobile home investing? There's definitely 5 different mobile home investing strategies. There's brokering. There's wholesaling. There's flipping for cash. There's buying and holding. I'm missing the one.
Moving homes.
Yes, and moving the home. So those are all 5 that we teach in our course. I gotta run. I gotta go secure this deal. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Be sure to write any question that you have in the comments. Like I said, for the first 24 hours, we will be answering all the questions. And let us know, do you like this? If you guys like it, we don't mind implementing these into our video sessions, once every week, once every couple weeks. If you guys like this, we're trying to switch it up a little bit. We're getting closer to that 1,000 subscriber mark, and this is our way of giving back. So thank you guys for tuning in.
Yes, be sure to like, subscribe. Make sure you tune into all the other videos. We give you guys a ton of game.
More to come.
Yes, thanks so much for watching, guys. We're going to take off and go close these deals. Happy Friday.